Okay. Hello there, everyone. My name is Sean Caulfield. I'm here with Lee Weller. I've just recently been doing some work with Lee. Lee is a Cosmo Biologist and who does readings, astrological readings. And I'll hand you over to Lee. We're going to talk a little bit about consciousness for 2012. And also what Lee has to share is, I feel, very, very important for consciousness. And attached to this YouTube will be an article that Lee has actually written. And you're more than welcome to get hold of Lee. And here is Lee. I'll introduce you to Lee. Thank you, Lee. What exactly is it that you are about with what you share in your cosmobiology? What is that?
Okay. When people ask, am I going to be happy or successful?
Yes.
I always say to them, remember, life is a journey. If you get on the right freeway, you arrive. So how you're going to be happy is this wonderful subject allows you to know who you are so that you will not let people tell you what you should do, because it be true to yourself. And this is what it does for you. It makes you understand self-understanding. Then also it helps you understand your talents so that you can get on the right freeway. Because if you're on the wrong freeway, you don't arrive. You only have cul-de-sacs.
Yes.
And also you come across people who keep telling you what you should do, not what you need and who you are.
Yes.
So if you're on the right freeway, you meet the right partner in life, and you have this self-understanding. That is what
the chart is. And I've done work with you now, and I'm really intrigued as to how it actually has shown me, and it's helped me give guidance as to what I'm doing and where I'm going and what's to come, especially with the eclipse in May, June,
Yes, because a solar eclipses bring a new beginning. They're not to be feared. They're only, if things are not quite right, it helps you rectify them. 99, 2000, 2001. 10 years later, you've got 2010. There was a return of that. Now you're going into a new one. From May, you're going into an eclipse which will go across the Taurus Scorpio, which is going to make people look at, depending on where it lies in the life map, but your time of birth, your date of birth, etc. But it's going to make people on a general look at the balance of power and money, because Taurus and Scorpio are money and sex.
Yes. Okay.
So it's going to, and it's also going to make people, because you've got the Pluto, remember, which nobody has experienced before, because Pluto takes 20 years in each sign, so none of us experience. It's bringing out a tremendous amount from the depth. It's bringing out a lot of plutonic energy, which is the money issue. People who have been wheeling and dealing.
Yes.
This is
time of exposure, isn't it?
It's complete exposure.
Yes.
But it's also bringing out the strength from people, and it's bringing out, I've found, a whole new interest and new understanding of how can I really have a rebirth, because Pluto prunes away the dead wood. It enables people to there's a lot, if you notice, on the general interest, if people would watch, there's a lot of interest in renovations, renovating old buildings. Pluto's bringing in that, taking away what's no longer cost effective so that you can have a regrowth.
Yes.
Because it is like pruning. So it takes away what has bloomed and letting the new come in.
Yes.
So it's like pruning the bush.
Yes.
So wherever it sits in anyone's life map,
we
had a look at your particularly, and therefore we went through that, because for you Pluto is actually at the moment protecting you.
Yes.
It's taking you away from environments and people that have served a purpose or that haven't served a purpose. Remember, so for you it's a great protector of making you have a new understanding of yourself. So taking away some habit patterns. Remember, habit patterns. It's very often not only people but our own habit patterns. So it's very important to use it. And for you it's a great protection.
Okay.
In other areas, for different other people, it will have a different reaction. For me, it's in a totally different area. It's making me look at life from a totally different. It's making me look at my career. It's encouraging me to do more on the whole outer universe. So you came into my life to do that. To see how, and remember, The whole cosmobiology or astrological life map is actually like a weather forecast.
Yes.
It has nothing to do with religion.
Yes.
Because actually, if you have got faith, you were not thrown here indiscriminately. You were given a roadmap, because
Yes.
life's a journey.
Yes.
So we were actually, there are many references in the Bible
Yes.
to astrology.
Yes.
So and what it does, it's like a garden.
Yes.
And there are seasons, spring, summer, autumn, when there's a time to sow and a time to reap.
Yes.
That's all it does. And if I predict sunshine, you still have your own free will to stay indoors and
Okay.
miss the vitamin D.
Yeah. And what is it for you, why 2012 would be quite apprehensive for the general consciousness? What would you... Is it because things are being exposed, possibly,
Yeah.
because of the
Yes.
eclipse, and then leading up to 2012? Sorry, the 21st of December 2012. What is this whole alignment for you?
Because people are afraid of change. They only like the known.
Yes.
And now they're having the opportunity to look at a much more in-depth part of life. They're finding that the pruning away from... I have encountered an incredible amount of marriages, for example, it's the age of 60, 65,
Yeah.
where people are suddenly looking at life and saying, there's more to life than this.
Yes.
So instead of being in a mundane relationship, they're looking for something else. Unfortunately, people misinterpret sometimes, but the whole regeneration should be what really can I do, and who am I, and what can I do in life? What should I be doing?
Yes.
This is very important. So Pluto is doing that, but Uranus, remember, takes 7 years in each sign, so nobody's experienced this unless you're 84 years of age.
Yes.
Uranus brings in a whole new.
Yeah.
It gives you a new concept. Look at all the communication, you can't keep up with it. The
Yes.
minute you walk out the door, it's outdated
Yes.
anyway.
Yeah.
But it's giving people a new look at
Yeah.
wherever it is in life. And in your case, we had a look at it, and it's giving you a whole new look at your talents. In your case,
Yes, I feel that. Yeah.
Uranus in Aries,
Yeah.
but also your own needs.
Yes.
So you're having a whole new look at my talents, my needs, and what is outdated, what isn't, and making you go into new age. So new technology is involved with Uranus.
Yeah.
There's
And if I may just shift quickly with what we're sharing, there is something that a lot of people are aware of called the Venus transit, which is happening on the 6th of June. And what is your sense of what that might mean, or what does Venus mean to you?
Oh, look, Venus is a very light, personal planet. It's a planet of so-called love. It's a planet of money. And quite frankly, there are other energies that are far more important.
Okay.
They keep on bringing out different aspects, different things that actually bring a lot of fear into people's
Yes.
lives. That has a very light, it's very, to me, it's not that important.
Okay,
There are
okay.
so many more important energies
Yeah.
that are of benefit to people if
Yes.
they use it correctly.
Yes,
The
yes.
eclipse is extremely... I won an award in America
Yes.
for my talk on the solar eclipses.
Okay.
Not to be feared. Every 10 years you have the same
Yes.
return.
Yeah,
eclipse.
because you were saying to me 10 years ago I should look at my life and what was going through my
Yes.
life, and
Yeah.
now is what is going through is 10 years later, so that
That's
has a reference to me
Yes.
and would help me.
Because in your case, remember, it's going to be across... The eclipse from May is going to be across your daily activity. It's going to be across your relationship.
Okay.
So you're going to have a whole new look at... So we're a little ahead of it, but
Yeah.
I've already said to you
Yes,
the
yeah.
kind of relationship.
Yes.
So I'm forewarning you
Mm.
that you are going to meet somebody.
Yeah.
And the ideal person is the one that is happy to know that you're out there doing something because you're meant to.
Yeah.
So in your case, it's across whatever you do on a daily basis. It's going to bring a whole new into your life.
Yes,
In
yes.
other people, not to be feared unless you have been not following the right thing, then it means change, and
Yeah.
people are afraid of change, but
Yeah.
it gives correction.
Yeah.
It's a whole new beginning.
Yeah.
and your instance, it's your whole daily responsibility
Yes.
situation.
Yeah.
So you've got a whole wonderful change
Yes.
of what you normally do on a
Yeah.
daily basis.
And what is it, if I may share, generally for consciousness? What is the consciousness of life going through now in a few words? What would you say that, according to astrology, what is life for humans on Earth? What is happening?
Fine. The Uranus is giving people a whole new look at how you can look at life. Pluto is giving a much more in-depth, making people aware really of what can they really do to make life worthwhile. It's a very deep energy. It's making them aware that they can constantly prune away so that you can keep on regrowing and not to be feared. Makes people aware that the plutonic energy must not be abused, that it should be used for humanity. Look how many humanitarian causes there are, which is fantastic.
Yes.
No?
Yeah.
The right people are using their money, the plutonic energy, money or power, to help those less strong or less fortunate. Which is, and the Uranus is bringing a whole new consciousness of making people look at life generally and to have the benefit of each day, because life changes on a daily basis. Like as I said, you walk out of the place and already your cell phone is out of date, and the computer's out of date, which I found. But actually making people have more quality each day, to live in the moment. So you've got this whole wonderful new consciousness of life. It's making people much more aware of who's abusing energy, plutonic.
So things are becoming more transparent, really.
Much more. People are finding.
And they're going to continue? Is it going to continue?
Oh, absolutely. Because you've only now got Pluto in Capricorn, which is going to be there for what?
7 years. No, 20 years,
20
you said.
years.
It's a 20-year cycle.
It's a 20-year cycle.
So for 20 years, there's going to be a build-up to more and more transparency.
It's been there for a couple of years.
And this is why the world is in chaos, because nothing is transparent.
And governments, look what's happened in governments. Nobody can hide anything. But on a positive note, you've got people who are really using their power and energy for a plus.
Yes.
To help others, etc. I always say that, what's his name? I love him, Ivana Trump, Donald Trump.
Oh, Donald Trump.
I love him because he's actually using the plutonic energy totally. He's finding new people. I love their programs where they encourage young people. He's using it positively, and I mean, he always is rebuilding another empire. Those are the people that use it positively. And in a private life, you can do it as well, on a smaller scale.
Exactly.
The plutonic energy can make you look at, what are my attitudes? Should I trim them away? So, people are afraid of new, and people are afraid of renovating. It's just like renovating a house. So sometimes you look at it and think, well, it's time that I let all this go so that we can trim. I prefer to think of it as pruning the bush.
Yes, of course, It is a bit painful, you said.
Yeah, because I'm sure the bush is out.
Exactly. So we'll say out to things we have to let go. But when you let go of things, it makes room for new things.
And the nice part is, remember, that the eclipse from May is across your Taurus, Scorpio, and you have got Pluto in Capricorn, which is in a lovely flow, because they're earthy signs. So it's in a lovely flow, so it'll help people, instead of being a push that it has been. It's in a lovely flow to that eclipse. So over the next year, people should use it. Because when you have a flow, you have help. It's easier to do.
So we, in a sense, need to just trust in ourselves and work with our intuition, because that's where, you're connecting with the heart.
A lot of people, unfortunately, don't have the gift of intuition. A lot of people don't use it when they have it, because they are trained to do what I say. The parents in the past have said, you must follow this because, there's a hereditary pattern of, your father's been a businessman, you should be a businessman.
Yeah.
But then you've got a whole wonderful hereditary pattern when I can go back in time.
Yeah.
So where suddenly there's a boy who's now an entrepreneur and all the family are saying, but you can't do this.
Yeah.
And
It's very
so
good. I'd like to just, now we're going to have to complete this lovely little clip that we've spoken. I feel this is going to be great to be able to share with people. And Lee doesn't use computers, although there is a laptop there. Lee does everything just by charts and the old unconventional way and working with an ancient understanding of astrology.
And
Am I
I
right?
set it up
Yes.
mathematically
Lovely.
myself.
Yes.
So
we're going to have to now say goodbye to everyone. Thank you. We're actually in Cape Town, South Africa, and today is the 24th of March. So, have a great day. Thank you, Lee, for everything.
Thank you.
Okay, cheers. Okay,
Thanks a lot.
bye.
Thank you, Sean.
Okay, bye.